Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Encinitas. We're the daily podcast that gets you started on the right foot and always with a positive vibe. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Tuesday, February 13th. You'll be interested to know, 335 years ago today, in 1689, following the Glorious Revolution, William and Mary were proclaimed King and Queen of England, after which they ruled jointly as King William III and Queen Mary II. The Glorious Revolution started in 1688 in England and marked a pivotal moment in history, leading to the overthrow of James II. James II's open adherence to Roman Catholicism alienated most of the population. He intensified tensions by issuing the Declaration of Indulgence in 1687, relaxing laws against nonconformists and Catholics. This period reshaped the English monarchy and religious landscape. Now that we've learned some history, let's check out the weather in the Encinitas area. This morning, it's partly cloudy skies and 46 degrees, with just about no wind. The sunset will take place at 5:32 p.m., and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:32 a.m. It looks like we're in for a sunny day, with a high near 59 and 10 to 15 mile-per-hour wind. Tonight, patchy fog after 10 p.m. Otherwise, partly cloudy with a low around 49. In the surf report, we should see playful waves in the knee to waist-high range, occasionally reaching chest to shoulder at standout spots. Conditions will be clean early with light wind. Expect a light to moderate west and west-northwest breeze by afternoon. Looking ahead to Wednesday and beyond, an active pattern in the North Pacific promises fun, overlapping west-northwest and northwest swells, with a chance of stronger surf towards next weekend. However, variable storm activity could impact conditions. Stay tuned this week for more precise forecasts. In Encinitas and North County, it's looking good and clean at 2 to 3 feet before noon, with a 2.5-foot incoming tide at 8 a.m. The first low tide Tuesday will be 1 foot around 5:30 a.m., with a high tide at 4.5 feet around 11:15 a.m. The nearshore buoy at Scripps in La Jolla reads 59.5 degrees for the water temperature. In the national weather, today a nor'easter will significantly impact the mid-Atlantic and New England. Expect heavy snowfall across central and eastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, southeast New York, and southern New England, with 6 to 12 inches of snow and higher amounts in elevated areas. Strong wind may cause damage and coastal flooding. Simultaneously, the northwest braces for a new storm, promising heavy rain and snowfall in the coastal ranges and higher elevations, including the Cascades and northern Rockies. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, starting yesterday, San Diego small businesses and nonprofits can apply for flood recovery funds due to the January 22nd flood. The application period ends on February 27th, so act swiftly. The Emergency Response and Resilience Grant, with a $370,000 budget, offers up to $2,500 for small businesses and $5,000 for those in low-income areas. Eligibility requires proof of storm impact, a city business tax certificate, and a staff size of 12 or fewer. Funds can cover uninsured replacements, employee wages, and insurance deductibles. Now on to sports. At the Super Bowl, Reba McEntire's performance of the national anthem caused quite a stir in the betting world. She unexpectedly repeated, "The Brave," and extended the anthem beyond the anticipated 90.5 seconds. This extra phrase sparked debate among bettors and bookmakers. BetMGM, initially favoring the under, ended up compensating both over and under bettors. Meanwhile, DraftKings and FanDuel were divided. DraftKings initially supported the under, while FanDuel leaned towards the over. Legal betting on the anthem's duration was only available in Ontario, but U.S. bettors still participated through offshore platforms. This incident echoed a similar situation in 2019 with Gladys Knight's performance. Personally, I'm divided on the whole ordeal, but I will say, you cannot add extra words to the national anthem. Now on to the NBA. Last night, the Clippers at home lost to the Timberwolves 121-100. And tonight, the Lakers are at home to take on the Pistons. In National Hockey tonight, the Kings are at home to play the Sabres, and the Ducks are on the road to play the Canadiens. In top news, recent research reveals a significant overdiagnosis of melanoma in the U.S., raising concerns about the implications of unnecessary cancer diagnoses. Over 80,000 Americans annually are told they have melanoma, a six-fold increase from 40 years ago. However, this rise is attributed more to overdiagnosis than to environmental risks or detection improvements. The study, focusing on white individuals more prone to melanoma, found 65% of white women and 50% of white men are overdiagnosed. The majority of these cases involve stage 0 cancers, which are unlikely to cause health problems. Overdiagnosis can lead to unnecessary treatments and long-term psychological impacts. Experts suggest a need for better standards in diagnosing melanoma and caution against routine, full-body checks without symptoms. In market news, in a significant crypto development, Bitcoin surpassed $50,000 for the first time since December 2021, triggering a rally in crypto-related stocks and funds. This surge is partly due to robust demand for new spot Bitcoin ETFs. Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency, has experienced a 13% rise in the past week and an 11% increase this year, building on a 150% gain in 2023. Despite this, it's still about 28% below its peak from November 2021. Leading spot Bitcoin ETFs like Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust saw gains around 5.6%, while Bitcoin futures like ProShares Bitcoin Strategy also climbed. Shares in Coinbase and MicroStrategy rose significantly, reflecting broader market optimism. Experts attribute the rally to increased spot market demand, and some investors viewing Bitcoin as a safe haven amid global uncertainties. However, its price volatility remains a concern. Future predictions are optimistic, with expectations of Bitcoin reaching up to $160,000 by end of 2024, and potentially $350,000 by mid-2025. Bitcoin is currently just under $50,000, Ethereum is about $2,600, and Solana is $113. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. In a significant move, Google has rebranded its AI offerings under a single name, Gemini. This change sees the previous Bard chatbot and Duet AI features integrated into Google Workspace, all unified as Gemini. Notably, Google has also launched Gemini Ultra 1.0, a more advanced version of its language model. Gemini, blending the roles of an assistant, chatbot, and search engine, is now accessible via dedicated Android app, replacing Google Assistant in some functions. However, there's no iOS app yet. iPhone users can access Gemini through the Google app. Gemini's introduction marks a shift in Google's focus, indicating a strong commitment to AI as it competes with other leading AI developers. For enhanced features, users can subscribe to Gemini Advanced, part of Google's $20 per month Google One AI Premium plan, which also includes 2 terabytes of Google Drive storage. And in entertainment news, Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive, a new documentary by Betsy Schechter, explores the life of disco icon Gloria Gaynor. The film, getting a one-night theatrical release, delves into Gaynor's journey as she transitions from her 70s disco fame to a gospel artist. It reveals her struggles with personal and professional adversity, transforming her hit, I Will Survive, into a broader anthem of empowerment. The documentary also touches on Gaynor's past challenges, including her relationship with ex-husband Linwood Simon and a persistent spinal injury. While focusing on her gospel career and the making of her Grammy-winning album Testimony, the film has been critiqued for its intimate approach, lacking broader industry perspectives. However, it celebrates Gaynor's resilience and musical legacy, underscoring her impact on the disco genre and her personal growth. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the author, William W. Perky. You've got to dance like there's nobody watching. Love like you'll never be hurt. Sing like there's nobody listening. And live like it's heaven on earth. And that's a wrap for this morning. Remember to stay tuned tomorrow for more news and updates. Have an amazing day, my good friends.